Hi, Nicki Vee here again, 10-10 movement, about bad habits. Now, how do we actually kick a bad habit? Well, if you watch the video that I made for you last week, you'll remember we looked at, well, what makes it a bad habit? Something that gives you a load of pain. Why do we do what we do? There's always sort of good questions we can ask ourselves to find out what reason, what makes that happen. Is it a habit we've had for a long time? Is it something that's a reaction to something? We talked about that in quite a lot of detail. And how do we kick it? We realize how bad things are going to be if we continue. We realize the implications, we realize the consequences, we realize the bloody bad effect that happens because we've got this bad habit. So how do we actually kick it? Well, here's what I'm going to talk about today very, very quickly, because I know that what I want to give you is something really powerful. Look, first of all, identify the habit we're working on. Let's not just talk about habits in general. Get very, very clear. Which habit do you do? Is it smoking? Is it drinking? Is it sugar? Is it, biting your nails? What is your bad habit? Is it, addiction to, going on Facebook? These are really bad habits, and if they give you pain, if they have negative consequences, you actually need to find out how to kick them, right? So look at the impact right now of that habit. How, like on a scale of 0 to 10, not, you know what, it's not great, but 10 is really, this is something that I must kick, because otherwise this is going to massively, massively impact my health, my relationships, my feelings about myself, my confidence. Because here's the problem. The difficulty with actually kicking a bad habit is that if it's not giving us pain right now, it carries on. Even if it gives us a little bit of pain, sometimes we go, well, I'll give it up, I'll stop doing it, but then we go back to it very, very easily because there are triggers that cause us to want it. Some of the things that we've talked about also addictive. They get into, they're like in our bodies, the sugar creates a situation where it wants more of that. The nicotine in a cigarette, the sugar in alcohol, the sugar in sugar, it's like it creates that. And also say something else like, I don't know, feeling like you've always got to go and like connect with somebody. This is a bad habit. Feeling like you can't be on your own, you've got to go and connect with somebody. These are things that are triggered, and these are things that are in you. So they are a reaction. Have a bit of bad news, I've got to go and talk to somebody. I've got to go and connect with somebody. I'm addicted. I hear, talk to people some days who are addicted to having things go wrong in their lives. We'd call it drama, right? So when we look at how it's affecting us, we need to look at two things. To actually kick it, we have to go, look, I realize I might not be motivated to kick it by looking at the long-term pain. Like, I'm going to, die early. I'm going to, put weight on. I'm going to, be in a extremely stressed state, which is not good for, my job, my relationship, whatever. These are kind of like long-term, and they don't have the same impact on us as a short-term pain. So the best thing you can actually do today is be much more honest with yourself and much more realistic about what the pain is today. Because so many people are in denial about the actual impact of this habit. So many people are so used to it. The people around you are so used to you having that habit that they actually probably are not being that truthful about how much it impacts them. Children, they see their parents with a really bad habit, they just get used to seeing it, and therefore it becomes normal to them. And here's what's proven. It is proven that if you are growing up with people who are doing bad habits, the likelihood of you doing that exact same bad habit when you grow up, when the children grow up, is very, very high. Anything that's a bad habit. Let's go real extreme now, just before I finish. This is like, one of the bad habits that people have. They decide to have a relationship outside of their relationship. right? They decide to have an affair, they decide to have infidelity with someone else. Now, that's got a lot of feel good. If your relationship's not working, you then feel good because you're with someone else, and it feels fresh, it feels new, it feels attractive, you know, you've got that attraction going on. So actually, in the short term, there is a lot of pleasure. So the likelihood of it being easy to give up, to actually kick that habit, is very low. But the truth is, there is a lot of pain involved in it. There'll be pain inside of you, because while you're looking outside of your relationship for some feeling, some kick, there'll be a lot of pain in the people around you who are not getting the attention, they're not getting the connection with you that they so deserve. So I think, you know, my big thing today is be much more honest with yourself about the pain that you're feeling today. That will motivate you to kick the habit. And lastly, to continue to kick that habit, you have to have momentum. So you have to give yourself some, you know, really short-term wins. So you go like, if I could just stop this for like a day or a week or 10 days, could I just do that? They reckon it takes 21 days to completely kick a habit. But sometimes we need some short wins in between. So that's my belief. That's how you actually kick a habit. You've got to get deep down, really deep down, and find out what is really going on inside of you right now that is causing the pain that you've got in your life, that's actually probably the trigger for you to run your bad habit. So that's all from me today. Very intense apologies on the 10-10 movement. I wish you all the pleasure in your life from kicking your habit. If this is your first time with me at the 10-10 movement, Tony Vee, the creator of the 10-10 movement, will put one of these videos up twice a week, one with me, one with him. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when our videos come on. And if you've got anything you want to share, please put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.